Hello, and welcome to Big Sky Bits. I'm your host, Colby, and today we're going to go over quickly some of the local news, the price, everything that's going on in the Bitcoin ecosystem, plus some. I'd first like to just get into, I appreciate everybody's support, and thank you for coming around and watching some of the videos, whether it's here on YouTube or on Rumble. I'd also like to thank everyone who likes and subscribes to videos. It means a lot, and I'm trying to grow this to spread a positive message on how we can come together as a society and respect humans and create a system that incentivizes people in the right way. On that note, let's quickly go over into price. Lately, in the last 24 hours, you can see we've had some great price action, just shooting up. We see from a low of 64 just a bit ago, all the way into 67,000s. If we just zoom out even into a little bit further, let's go on the 4-hour chart. We just have this beautiful steady upward trend from the low 50s where it kind of looks like we bottomed out, especially if we go out even on a further scale. You can see this. Now, what does get you worried is this was a lower low than these previous lows. This high we experienced recently isn't as high as these highs. So there's some lines that can be made that there's a lot of arguments that still say we could easily go down to this resistance level in the lower 50s, or even the resistance level around 42,000, midway in here somewhere. I think these are all possible likely scenarios, and again, that's why I preach invest in the asset. Bitcoin's an amazing product that is liberating the world in more ways than any of us can even begin to understand. So I hope all of you kind of look at that. Again, here I've been popping up a QR code with some money here and there. I'm going to give it about 2 seconds for anyone who wants to try to grab some money. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, so that's just going to go for a second. We're going to turn this music back down and go back. So as I said, the charts, you're seeing a lot of great action. I think it's looking positive. Hold on a second, I need to grab a drink. Price action's looking good. The community's being healthier than I've ever seen it. Sure, there's a lot of gamblers out there going into shit coins and different projects that they think are gonna ape out of control real quick, and good for them. We need all these different market actors. What I've noticed is a sentiment difference. There's more people now than ever that understand the true message of Bitcoin, whether it's just holding because they think it'll get rich and serve as some preserve of their value, or if they can think on the larger term of what this could do to us as a society. So I'm seeing the sentiment change. A lot of people are skeptical of the altcoin market and use it more if they're gambling, trying to make some insane gamble on 5-10% of their portfolio. And I can respect that. Now there's some degens, young people that just don't understand or do research, and hats off to them. Everyone gets in at the price they deserve, as the Bitcoin community likes to reiterate. And I'm no better. I got into this because I'm a degenerate, and I wish everyone the best in their journey. But I've also made a lot of sound investments, and I want to encourage people to, even though I'm a Bitcoin maxi, and believe in it wholeheartedly, you can't be 100% if you have family, businesses. And I understand that. And that's the boat I'm personally in. And even though I believe in it, there has to be some allocation that reflects reality. I do want it to go to the moon, but for different implications. I think our monetary system incentivizes humans wrong. And I guess that's the main message I want to hammer in, is our incentive structure is flawed because of our monetary system. However, the price is what it is. I think we'll be hitting all-time highs, hopefully sooner than later, but like I said, I can see a few scenarios where we come back down and visit this 42 before shooting up here in like 5-6 months. Now, the likelihood of that, I'm putting that on the less likely side, probably around 15-20%. I could see us doing a little stagger. If we did a little stagger down to right around this 62, that would be good. 62-ish. And then shot back up to all-time highs. That's a wonderful sign. Ideally, we'd want to break up above this 72,000 area. Just in my understanding of markets and from what I pay attention to, and this is not financial advice in the least. No one should watch this for financial advice. Well, I am here trying to spread the message of what Bitcoin can do to us in a grander sense, what it can do to us to improve human society beyond the monetary means, beyond just decentralizing some of our financial institutes. Let's go over to Reddit today. There's not a ton. It's a slow Saturday. People are out enjoying life. It's a beautiful summer day in most of the world. Up here in Montana, it's gorgeous outside. We do have a little bit of smoke from a fire just north over by Helena, but that's slowly blowing through and hasn't been too bad the last day or two. Up here, one of the first things is something we'll go into shortly. There's a subreddit on Reddit called Buttcoin, and it's a whole bunch of people that just hate on Bitcoin. Every day they come together to profess their hate for Bitcoin, and that's wonderful. I think we need these actors that try to give you arguments or give you points to counteract yours. And sometimes they're not willing to listen to reason and just ban people, and I understand that too. We need all the different actors to try to create some sort of balance. And as part of the show, I'd even like to go over there and we're going to explore some of their issues with Bitcoin. I hope I don't come off too sarcastic at times because some of their arguments are short-sighted, I believe, but they'll say some of my arguments are short-sighted. So I'd love for us to hash it out. If anyone comes over to my channel from Buttcoin, let me know. I got some Bitcoin for you. Let's encourage you. All right. What do I think is the biggest threat to Bitcoin's future? This is a fun post brought up by BatSignal9 over 8 hours ago. Biggest problem that could face Bitcoin today. I mean, we're still in the early enough stages where it's a perception issue. We're still fighting off the early perceptions of just drug use and the dark web and illicit uses. But that is one of the key structures of Bitcoin. It is to circumvent many of the institutions that may get authoritarian in their control over your finances. So I would argue Bitcoin's perception, let's say a lot of people would mention perhaps quantum computing, but with quantum computing, people have to realize, though it would cause a major disruption in the financial network or the Bitcoin markets, we are able to roll back to a previous day, create a fork that is quantum resistant, and if the community decides, go forward. Could it be a huge mess? 100%. If someone saw SHA-256 and disrupted our entire banking encryption system, that would be a huge mess. And there are ways to mitigate it, and there's ways that we will handle this. The bigger picture is not is there some technical detail that could create this issue, it's how does this platform or program deal with it? Would it be shut down completely? No. We can continue on, we can hard fork, we can do things as a community. Would it be disruptive? 100%. But within our current monetary system, any big disruption is crazily disruptive. War on the US dollar is insanely disruptive. Bitcoin won't go through those same disruptions with war or to the magnitude that something like the US dollar does. There was an article not long ago that with some of our printing for the Ukraine war and some of the other packages and spending, and I know we've had a lot more spending than just on this war and different things, but I believe it was around a time when we printed an additional $1 trillion. and I'm not sure on any of this, but I heard an article talking about how that printing devalued every dollar in existence by 5 cents. So every dollar you had in a bank account became 95 cents. And it was an interesting concept, and it really hit home the point that inflation is directly tied to the money printing press, and that scarcity, something like Bitcoin with only 21 million units, Bitcoin units, is relatively scarce. Now remember, each Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million smaller units called sats. And within the Lightning Network, we can even divide those sats even further. So the divisibility is not really an issue. A sat could become worth $1. It would just mean it's not worthwhile to act on the main chain with small amounts. And I think that is the whole idea of the Lightning Network. And we'll get more into that in further episodes. Again, as I'm going through this, I encourage everyone, swing by the website, getting more episodes. I have a few articles up there about different things, and I have more articles I want to post, and we'll get to it. Going over to the meme pool, we see that the meme pool is relatively low, continuing this lower trajectory. 4 sats is pretty darn cheap. So I encourage anyone that needs to consolidate UTXOs to do so. Anyone who just wants to know what consolidating UTXOs is, please reach out to me and let's have more discussions on the logistics of Bitcoin. All right. Last thing, let's end on a humorous note. I wanted to head over to r/Buttcoin, one of the first ones that they like to compare us to, and an episode I'd like to do once I have enough viewers to do some live episodes. I would like to talk about the Bitcoiners being referred to as a cult. And that's where this whole article, one of the top comments for today, oh no, this is 4 months ago. One of the top comments, period, on Buttcoin from 4 months ago is an article or a post about Scientology lasting for 70 years with millions of believers on multiple continents. All the things that make a great cult and show how widespread it is. And let's get into the points. Could Bitcoin be a cult? Could I be brainwashed into thinking a different economic system might be viable? 100%. I think where it's different than a cult and blind belief is I understand it can fail. I understand anything human made can fail. I also understand it's up to us to create the future we want, and if we have a product or a device that can help us make a better world, it's our duty or inclination to propagate that, to spread that word, and that's what I'm doing here. I believe it is an amazing tool. I believe that we have made the same mistakes in devaluing money and centralizing power for far too long to not try something new. Could this end horribly? 100%. Have we ever tried anything like true capitalism or letting true markets live? And I would put this out there to my conservative friends. Are borders not the first socialistic endeavor humans made? And though I think getting together and creating a society and allowing people to grow and develop was good, I do also believe that humans have come to a point where we need to start looking at all humans in the society. We can bring up the boat of all. Me getting to a better position in life should not mean me trying to take away from your position in life. In fact, I believe it's the exact opposite. I believe by helping you, feeding you, creating a good worker, you can in turn help me create a bigger, better world for us both to live in. And I truly believe that is the future and what Bitcoin will incentivize. So there could be some cult thinking. I could totally be into this. And like I said, I'd like to go further down this rabbit hole. This just happened to be one of the top ones when I clicked over on r/Buttcoin. And it's interesting, some of the different ones, and a lot of people hate religion in general. I understand some of the problems with religion. I also understand that religion creates a moral basis for many people. And however you get your moral basis, as long as you treat others with respect and love, I think that's wonderful. However you get there. On that note, I would like to look at some of the other topics real quick. It is pretty hilarious looking over some of the Bitcoin Reddit posts. Let's see what we got here. So this is talking about reachable nodes. There's a whole bunch of distinction on how people are making nodes. A lot of people are making nodes private. So when they say reachable nodes, a ton of people have nodes. I don't know how much I want to routed through Tor or different ways to make your nodes less transparent. So I wish people could understand this. That to hate on a project like this seems counterintuitive to me. Sure, I feel like they could argue that I'm wasting my time trying to reach out to people, especially since I have so few viewers and subscribers. Totally, I'm wasting my time. But things grow. You have to plant a seed. You have to wait months. I am in no hurry. I have set myself up in a good life. I don't have to make this succeed tomorrow. This does not have to succeed in the traditional sense where I make any sort of money. That is not the goal. The goal is to try to help people in Siberia warm their houses with Bitcoin and decentralize a monetary network for us all to use to escape the centralization of power and the abuse that brings. So that'd be my little clip if I had a 30-second thing. I will do some digging into the reachable node. I have heard other things about the number of nodes going down. Now, there could be some reasons for this. Different miners. A lot of miners are unable to continue during this time, and a lot of miners might be shifting off their nodes. But a lot of the other nodes are owned by private people who don't care to mine and are running them in a more discreet way. So it's very interesting. Let's go actually quickly see the comments and give them the benefit of the doubt. Some people, yeah, this is a good argument. It's probably due to the CrowdStrike mess up. Yeah, and in case people didn't know, because of the centralization of some of the security used by companies such as Microsoft and CrowdStrike, they saw a huge outage. And some of these things can be mitigated on a mesh network that I believe the Bitcoin network will incentivize us to build. Now, will that have its own issues and problems with it? 100%. So again, thank you all for coming by. Thank you all for stopping in and wasting a few minutes with me. Please like and subscribe. Please tell me if you hated the episode. I'm not concerned. I want to have a discussion with you. I want to know where I'm wrong, where I'm right, where I'm crazy. And let's get this number up. Again, I'm going to go throw some music on for a few and put up the QR code, and I hope someone grabs some money and someone enjoys it. Thank you much.